I felt very accomplished being able to talk about the Dolphins as a team I saw make a complete culture shift and making all the right moves with a new head coach that I absolutely love in Brian Flores. It was really cool to see that I was absolutely right about them, but it is sad that they aren't my secret team anymore because the cat is out of the bag, and I think everyone knows now that they have a very good team on their hands, and the difference between making the playoffs and possibly making a run and them not making the playoffs at all is completely in the hands of now second-year quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why this whole season is predicated on Tua's success and whether or not I think he's going to be that guy or not. There's a lot to cover and I have a lot of thoughts on this, so stick with me through the whole ride because this is a fascinating topic. The first thing I think needs to be talked about is this is a completely different year in every sense of the word for Tua. Knowing how sports work, especially injuries, there is a night and day difference between training for the season and rehabbing for the season. Tua was rehabbing his hip all offseason trying to get back to normal and be as good as he was at Alabama. Now coming off a year without injury, he can finally work on getting better, stronger physically and mentally. It is worth noting that this offseason he didn't go back to Hawaii, rather he stayed in Florida and trained tirelessly, and from recent pictures he looks a lot stronger. He even stayed with some receivers and had been throwing routes and working on their timing all offseason, which is a nice perk of playing for a team in Miami. The next thing that makes this year entirely different, its Fitz magic is gone. There is no more confusion or drama inside the locker room between the players or the coaching staff who the guy is. This is Tua's team, and that instantly makes things much more harmonious. I think it's a misconception that last year Brian Flores didn't believe in Tua when he took him out in the fourth quarter, not letting him finish the game. He had a team that was ready to win games right now, and it's not that he didn't believe in Tua, it's that he just wasn't ready yet. Brian knew that, Tua knew that, and me and other NFL fans around the world knew that. He was trying to walk a line between getting Tua valuable experience and winning the game. Even though I think Tua would have gained valuable experience playing in late game situations, especially when games were close, but I respect his decision that he was making that was the best for his team's success. And why Tua wasn't ready was partially because of the injury, but mostly because he was still very uncomfortable in that offense. He even said it in an article that was written just 2 days ago. He said, "Last year for me, I wasn't comfortable just in general. I wasn't comfortable calling plays. The guys that were here were phenomenal. I didn't have the comfortability of checking the plays, alerting plays. I just rode with the play, even though if I knew it wasn't going to work, I would just try and make it work. I didn't know the playbook necessarily really good, and that's no one else's fault but my own. Our play calls were simple when I was in. I didn't have alerts and checks, where now I feel comfortable and I can maneuver my way through these things." This to me shows so much character, guts, and humility to say this in front of the whole world to hear. He doesn't have an ego. He is very honest with himself, and this tells me he isn't satisfied with how he performed last year, which for me I completely agree with because I was massively underwhelmed watching Dolphins games. But being comfortable in the offense is everything for a quarterback in the NFL. We often refer to football as a game of inches and milliseconds, but when we actually think about what that means is if Tua didn't feel really comfortable and hesitated for even a fraction of a second, it's going to be an incompletion or an interception. This was far from the case at Alabama. He had ultimate confidence, made calls before the play, ran RPOs, and was pinpoint accurate with no hesitation. He isn't a very mobile guy. He will gladly sit in the pocket and dot you up and down the field, whereas last year we saw him scrambling a lot because he missed his window and now he's panicked trying to make something happen. Hearing that he has a lot of confidence in the offense to me is fantastic to hear from a Dolphins perspective. But Tua went 6-3 as a starter for the Dolphins. That doesn't sound bad at all. Well, on paper it doesn't, but watching the games, the defense won those games in spite of Tua. They had the highest scoring defense in the entire league. Not only were they a solid top 5 defensive team, they were ball hawks. Plain and simple. They forced fumbles, they made interceptions, they were always putting pressure to cause turnovers. Tua had some very nice games, but he also had 3 games where he threw for under 100 yards. Almost unheard of in today's game. And even more ridiculous than that, they won 2 out of those 3 games against the Raiders and the Rams. But this year they won't win in spite of Tua. Rather, I think they have a chance to win a lot of games because of Tua. He is a very smart kid, has been able to be laser accurate and commonly compared to the left-handed Drew Brees. And I know what you're thinking that I haven't covered yet. they went out and got even more weapons. Not only did they already have Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki, but they went out in free agency and got Will Fuller, and they got former Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle with the first pick in this year's draft. They want Tua to succeed, and I'm very happy to see them prioritizing making his life easier and setting him up for success and not failure. Overall, I think this is going to be a very different year for Tua and the Dolphins. If he doesn't get any better, I see them with a very similar record that they did last year, but if he is that guy, I see the Dolphins making another big jump because they really do have a squad. And for all the reasons in this video, this is why I'm going to choose the latter. But let me know what you guys think. I feel like people were so quick to write off Tua, and because I think we saw people like Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow have instant success in the NFL, but as years before when we see like Peyton Manning or even like a Drew Brees, they struggled heavily early on in their careers. They took a while to get it figured out, especially if there's injury problems. Tua was not fully healthy last year, and if he's not even comfortable in the offense, this is going to be the year where we're going to see if Tua is the guy. He has all the pieces. He has the defense. He has the coach. He has a lot of weapons now. I think this is going to be a drastically different year, and we're going to see the Tua we thought we were going to get out of Alabama, because if he has any hesitation, it doesn't look good. But at Alabama, he was just slinging missiles all over the field with no hesitation. He is a very accurate quarterback. I'm glad to see him healthy. I'm glad to take this so seriously and be so humble about it. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think Tua is going to do? And make sure to like the video if you liked it. Make sure to comment down below what you think the Dolphins record is going to be and how good you think Tua is going to do. And make sure to subscribe as always if you enjoy daily sports content. I feel like I keep saying this, but you guys know the drill. If you guys like the videos, just subscribe, keep watching, or don't subscribe, just keep watching. Whatever. I love you guys. All your engagement has been awesome. I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.